back on jolly old Mount Doug. This is the second most favorite tree in the forest for me. There it goes in all its splendor. That's how big my hand is compared to this monster. It's heading towards the glory zone. Just to run between this fallen tree here, another giant, another sleeping giant. That's just a baby compared to the one I would film soon. Hello, doggy. What a cute little puppy. He's so excited.
Come on,
look at her go, look at her go. What a dog. Chloe. I had to stop running her. I was in danger of stepping on her. Okay, so it's just around here,
11 kilometers.
thank you, that I turn onto my little connector trail that takes me to the fallen tree and Harvest Lane. Right, careful not to miss the turnoff. It's coming up pretty soon. Ah, yes, I see it now. It's very hard to see the trail sometimes because of all the fallen leaves. Now you see across the bottom of the picture there's one big, huge log. That is the partner that used to stand next to that one. You can see that they were very big, and this one lost out. That's how close they were to each other. They just pushed and pushed until one fell. Alright, this is the running jackal saying goodbye from Mount Douglas Park on Tuesday. So good morning, this is Carlos once again, busy doing his athletics stuff. Today I'm riding over to see Graham, and hopefully I'll be running with him back on this Lochside Trail in about half an hour's time. I'm meeting up with him at 9:30 and we're going to be running down to Lochside here and then turning and heading back. We always do the same 6-kilometer route each time that we come out. Wearing a sweatshirt today, once again. Hello, there's a dog. And a car. Hello. I think the dog went back in the yard. Maybe not his yard. Dog's coming my way. Dogs off leash. That is quite an issue nowadays. In a quiet neighborhood like this, the dog is in danger of being clipped by a reversing car out of a driveway. One of my friends actually posted that they had been not attacked but accosted by a over-friendly dog, a large dog I would imagine, wanted to play, wanted to jump up and put its paws on them. Not all dogs understand that not all humans want to play. I certainly don't play with dogs. I respect them. I don't own a dog. But the dog owner really has to be a little more aware of the fact that they're not alone in the world. Other people are using the roads, the sidewalks, the parks, and the trails. This is where it gets a little narrow for Graham and I on the way back. We have to squeeze around a few obstacles. Oops. Ever since I had my bike fixed, my chain occasionally jumps out of gear. It's funny because the man in the bike shop said that I needed a new set of cogs and a new chain. And he said, oh, you know, you'll soon have trouble with that. Sure enough, after his mechanic finished servicing my bike, I started having trouble with that. He probably just adjusted the derailleur, which made the chain a little looser, which aggravates the situation. I explained to him that the bike was not worth spending too much money on to repair. I don't know if he understood that. As it was, I spent almost $160 on it, but most of that was the panniers that I had replaced. I think they were about $140, maybe a little more, and the mechanic replaced the brake pads, I should say, the brake pads, and I think he also straightened my front wheel a little bit. I guess he felt that he could do it for me, and his boss was probably less than enthusiastic about him doing that work for nothing, so he didn't put it on the bill. I still got charged for the panniers and for the replacement parts, but that was only to be expected. I did bump into the mechanic later on in the supermarket. He was buying his lunch. I thanked him for straightening my wheel. He understood. I've been dealing with him for a while now, and he's been working there for at least 4 years. I guess he likes working with bikes. I'm going to be turning onto Beckworth Park in a second, which is where I might bump into my friend Brad, the Saanich employee who cleans the washrooms here. Hello. It's always worth giving pedestrians a heads up. Bicycles are pretty quiet. Well, I don't think Brad is here today. There's one of his co-workers working the old weed whacker. No. Brad normally has his little truck parked there. Hello. Okay, so I have a little bit of climbing to do now. I shall be choosing my easiest gear to go up these hills. I'm not sure if it's a high gear or a low gear. I never understood that. I would say easy or hard. Hi. Easy gears obviously makes sense. The gear that makes the hill easier to climb. And there you go, that's my chain slipping out of its cog. This recording has been since Lochside, since the water fountain, where Graham and I will be running by later on, and the top of the hill at Graham's house. I'm not sure what I'll do with this recording. I might actually let it run a little further and then deal with it later if it runs too long. But I do owe you a Sunday show. Hello. But I gave you a Mavis update yesterday, and I posted an almost Wednesday show on Tuesday. So I guess I'm monopolizing the airwaves a little bit. Give a few other fellow podcasters a chance to catch your ears. This is the last little bit of climbing before I get to Graham's house. I think I'm practicing my recording techniques a little bit at the moment, thinking about my decision to take the laptop or not take it on holiday with me. I will miss the feature of being able to edit video and audio. I think you've probably noticed that there's way too much unedited stuff on Facebook already. I'm trying to improve the caliber of contributions. Finally, I get a bit of downhill. Just before I turn onto Stonywood Lane, where I will shortly dismount and head into Graham's house. He might well be waiting for me outside. in which case this recording will continue as is. Alright, this is where I dismount. It's far too steep for me now. And I push the bike the rest of the way up this hill. I will remove my sweatshirt once I get to Graham's place. It's going to be far too warm to run with 2 layers. You hear that? That's a Coast Guard chopper. There he is. Hello, Graham. Yeah, Coast Guard. Coast Guard chopper. Yeah. Probably looking for drug smugglers. Anyway, let me just park the bike. I've got to take off my sweatshirt as well, Graham. It's kind of warm. You don't want to leave it here now? No. Okay. What was that?
Clouding over?
Not at all.
No?
No, it's perfectly clear.
Oh, right.
It's absolutely sky blue.
Any sun here.
Hang on, let me just get my app started. All right, let me see if this is going to work for us today.